Hi-ho, folks, and welcome back to the Adventures of Turwinkle, the Gnome Mage. Well, hi, Turwinkle.
Salutations.
Are you all set for tonight, sir?
Affirmative.
Well, great, because tonight we are going to go talk with the guild called the Shator, a wonderful all-drawn-eye guild, and we're going to find out what they're all about. And so, without further ado, let us go and find this wonderful guild, again called the Shator. Alrighty, folks, well, we have made it all the way to Shadowmoon Valley here in Caribor, and I am looking for, and I think I see them over here. Let's go over here. And yes, indeed, here they are, folks, and they look great. The guild called the Shator. And right up front here, we have the guild leaders. We have Talir, and we have, again, is it Tanasia? I hear I had it before.
Tasnia.
Tasnia. Yes.
Tasnia.
I had it before. And all right. Well, excellent. And again, a great looking bunch here. And so, Talir, I will have you introduce, I guess, this half. And Tasnia, I'll have you introduce the other half. So, Talir, we'll start with you, sir. And let me come over here. And let us see who has shown up here. Who do we have here, sir?
All right. On my side, I have Izarith, who is a monk, blade dancer, mist weaver, and mender, one of our newest recruits. To her side, we have Kisidorl, who is one of our vindicators and one of our crystal engineers. Behind him, we have Akonin, who is our peacekeeper and humongous. And then to his side, we have Nuanta, who is one of our scouts.
Right now, Nuanta has her mean wolf, Grovepaw here, who has growled several times at me already, sir. And I must say, I'm not comfortable with that wolf. Okay. Alrighty, on this side, madam, who do we have over here?
All right, we have the lovely Demira, who is a vindicator and our oath keeper of the Shator. She has been with us for several months now.
Okay,
we
now,
have
hold on.
Alyssa.
Hold on.
Oh, go ahead.
It says her movements are slow and gentle, a bit stiff. What happened?
Demir, would you like to explain?
Yeah. Well, on the front lines, Demir was out doing her thing, out patrolling, and she's actually been attacked by a shadow priest who has it in for the guild, but we can't really discuss that yet because you don't know about that.
Wow. Okay. Alrighty, moving on.
This is Alyssa. She is a oath sworn of the Shator. She has been incredible with working with our storylines. She actually has been dealing with a Draenei child that we currently, I guess you could say we adopted. So she's been doing great with handling that. Behind her is Farseer Narai, who is our half-orc Draenei shaman. He is also an oath sworn of the Shator. And beside him is a newer member, Talissa. She is a priestess and a great RPer as far.
Okay, now back to Nahar. Half orc, sir?
Yes, he is.
Oh, interesting. And so, who was the full orc? Was it mom or dad?
Unfortunately, it was the father.
Oh.
Who was a warlock during the first attack on Caribor.
Wow. Okay. And there's, I'm sure, a wonderful storyline in there, is there not?
Dark but wonderful.
All right. Excellent. All right, folks. Well, there they are, the Shator, and so, or the Shator, and so we are going to find out all about this wonderful guild. And I can't wait to learn all there is to know about, once again, the Shator. So we'll be right back as we start learning about this great guild. Alrighty, folks, and we are back. And now, Talir, You forgot to mention something about the ammo expert in the guild, did you not?
Yes, I did. Nuanta, who happens to be our explosive ammo expert. She's been tooling around making different types of arrows and ammunitions that'll help us in our fight against the Iron Horde and other things.
Oh, okay. And so, Nuanta, explosive experts, though?
Yes, I've always been intrigued with the different types of ammunitions we can create, and figured, well, the hollow point arrows and bullets that I like to be engineered and made with can always be improved. Crystals have been known to hold spells, so why not use the crystals to hold different types of spells or explosions that would enable our enemies to be less effective in their normal methods.
Alrighty.
Anything from frost novas to incendiary.
Right. And there's a certain goblin that says he's much better than you are at it, but that's another story for another day. So, alrighty. And so, Taz, how did you guys come up with the name the Shator?
Well, long story short, Turwinkle, I had no idea what I was going to name this guild. It took me about 2 to 3 weeks before I could finally come up with something. Unfortunately, Blizzard doesn't give us Draenei role players much language references as, like, the Kaldurai. So I kind of just started cutting and pasting words from, you know, the Draenei language that we had. So Sha meaning light and Or meaning refuge. So altogether, the Shator would mean the Light's Refuge.
Oh, wonderful. That is awesome. I love it when a guild uses, again, their imagination when it comes to especially the core concept, which is usually you got to start with the name. And then a lot of folks build their guild around that, and it really fits what you guys are all about. And I guess to Lear, let's find out what type of guild is the Shator?
We are a medium to heavy roleplay guild. We say that we're medium to heavy because we do other things together besides just roleplay. Whether it be, you know, goofing around in an old instance to get transmog gear, or just sitting around a circle chatting and playing with our the toys from the new toy box. We also have people who PvP and PvE, or we even have people who just want to hang around and socialize as well. As role players, you know, we can get bored with characters from time to time, bored with, you know, something else from time to time. So we're always trying to have something that we can do as a group.
All right, wonderful. And so you have, it sounds like a variety of things. So you PvP, PvE, do transmog runs. Do you guys raid at all?
We currently do not have a raid group. It is something we've been tossing around. So if we get more interest in it, I definitely think we'll have a very casual raid group.
All right, excellent. And it sounds like another great aspect to the guild is a social aspect as well. And a lot of folks love that style as well. It's not hardcore, you know, full-on role play at all times, but it's a little more relaxed, isn't it?
Exactly. That's what we're going for, because like one of our number one rules is, you know, real life always comes first. So we want to make sure we have a very relaxed and casual environment where people can just come and have fun, because that's what RP is about, having fun.
Well, excellent. And so you guys are a medium to heavy roleplay guild. And so Taz, what is the backstory behind the Shator? What's the history?
Well, Talir and Tasnia have actually been together / mated for many, many years, dating all the way back to Argus. So pretty much you can assume that they've seen and been through much with their Draenei people. So once they crash landed on Azeroth, they began seeing their people pretty much kind of disperse, because, you know, with the Alliance accepting, you know, the Draenei people into their ranks, so, you know, the Vindicators, Peacekeepers, Anchorites, all that kind of drifted off. So Talir and Tasnia kind of decided it was time to come up with an order to reunite our lost brothers and sisters who were seeking a home, you know, a place where faith and community and hope can be rejoiced again.
Oh, wonderful. I love stuff that, again, gathers folks around a central idea, and I love that idea, kind of getting the folks back together from where they're kind of, like you said, spread out, and forming the guild around that concept. That is a wonderful idea. And so, folks, we are going to find out next how you can join the Shator, so we'll be right back with that. All right, folks, and we are back. And so Turwinkle is looking to get into the guild. And so, Taz, first and foremost, who would I talk to get into the guild?
That would be either myself or Talir. However, all of our members are great people to talk to. They pretty much have a good grasp of how the guild runs and are willing to answer any questions that someone may have, or they can direct them to our guild site.
Okay, wonderful. Now, is there an age restriction to get into the guild?
Absolutely not. We just ask that everyone be respectful of each other and mature. We don't go as far as asking age. That's honestly none of our business how old you are. Just as long as our members are aware that there may be a mature conversation going on, and also that there may also be younger members within the guild. So no, there is no age restriction.
Right, yeah. A lot of times age doesn't indicate maturity. Some 45-year-olds can act like 8-year-olds, and some 12-year-olds can act like 45-year-olds.
Exactly.
Right. Now, is there any class restrictions to getting into the guild?
Nope. We accept everything that the Draenei could be. So hunter, paladin, mage, priest, shaman, warrior, and death knights. Now, you probably are a little off about the death knights, but we are a guild to reunite the Draenei people. So if we didn't accept death knights, then we wouldn't be following our mission. So we accept everything that the Draenei can be.
Right, and you don't have to worry about any of those icky warlocks.
Nope.
All right. Now,
we are safe.
I notice you don't have any gnomes in the guild. Do you have any race restrictions?
We do. Obviously, we are a Draenei exclusive guild. So, Draenei only.
Whoa.
No gnomes, unfortunately. I'm sorry.
Whoa.
We can put a bunch of gnomes on top of each other and just kind of put some horns and tentacles on.
Right. Put a big cloak around us. Okay. And so Draenei only in the guild. So excellent. All right. Now, is there a level requirement to get into the guild?
There was in the beginning when we started, recruiting. It's still technically there. We just don't enforce it. If anything, you just have to be level 10 to, get the invite, just so that way we can at least see that you're committed to the character, and, you're not just gonna plop it there and be like, see you later, bye. So we just want to pretty much see that you're committed, but as of right now, we really haven't enforced our level requirement at all.
Well, ma'am, it takes at least a half hour to get to level 10. Are you sure you're gonna... Come on.
Honestly, it doesn't even take a half hour anymore. No. I'm pretty sure I was leveling an alt the other day, and I was like 5 minutes in. I'm like, wow, I'm already level 10. So. Right,
excellent. Now, Talir, is there an in-character interview to getting into the guild?
Yeah, so the way our process works is pretty standard to almost every other guild. Is we direct people to our website where they fill out a quick application, and it's just so we can get an idea of the character and the player and the roleplay style. And then once we look over that, we send an in-character letter to the person's character stating, hey, we received your letter of intent, we'd like to speak with you further. We then typically meet them in either Kerbor or Alador. If they're a lower level, we'll meet them in the Exodar, something that is more Draenei specific. And during that, we'll ask a handful of questions, and we usually give a hypothetical situation that allows the person to show us what they would do in certain aspects of Draenei culture. And then once that's done, if you meet all the requirements and we enjoy role playing with you, then we'll invite you into the guild.
Okay, sir. What is the address of your website?
It is Shator, shator.shifter.com.
All right, so there you go, folks. Shator.shifter.com, and you can find their wonderful website there, where you'll find all the information that we'll talk about tonight and more, and you can fill out that application to join. Now, sir, do I have to know how to roleplay to get into the guild?
No, we accept both experienced and new role players. We actually have a couple of people who just joined who are either A, brand new to Draenei lore, or B, brand new to roleplay in general. And we'll work with them to help them develop the character to something that they're interested with. And RP should be fun. We shouldn't be just accepting people who've been RPing for years.
Oh, that's wonderful. Again, I love to hear guilds that are helping out those new role players to get into role playing, because what that does is make the community bigger and better. So I love to hear that, and that is great. And so, folks, when we come back, Turwinkle's Draenei disguise has worked, and he's in the guild. So we'll find out what happens next as far as rules are concerned. So we'll be right back with that. All right, folks, and we are back, and we had someone show up, sir. So who do we have here?
This is one of our newest recruits, Vindicator Alicia. She just joined us a couple nights ago, and she's been doing really fantastic since.
Oh, wonderful. It's always nice to have fresh folks come and join the guild. It keeps the roleplay active, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
All right, excellent. Well, great that she showed up. Alrighty, so we'll have her get back in line there, and you as well, sir. Alrighty, and so, Talir, now that I've made it into the guild, what are some of the out-of-character guild rules that I have to follow?
We have pretty standard guild rules, I would like to think. It's, mutual respect between members is a big one for us. We want to make sure that everybody is respectful of everybody from where they come from, whether it be race, religion, culture, etc. I would say our biggest number one rule for our guild is real life should always come first. If you have to go to work, or your kids need to go somewhere, or if you just got to cook dinner and it's in the middle of a RP event, AFK and go. You can come back when you're done. We're not a stickler for that kind of stuff, and we also don't have an attendance policy, which I think is not very common. We take the stance of RP when you can. If you can't RP all the time, then that's okay. Just come and have fun when you can. Another big guild rule for us is absolutely no judgment. We don't like judgment whatsoever. If you see someone that is breaking lore or RP that you don't enjoy, we take the stance of you just walk away.
Oh, okay. Well, excellent. And really what that does is takes the pressure off folks, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Pretty much.
Right. What I like about that, again, you use the golden rule. Treat others as you would like to be treated, and respect those folks around you. And again, not putting that pressure of, the heavy lore on folks, and, knowing that everyone has real life situations going on. And so, again, that's great. What that does is make it for a more relaxed atmosphere, I think. Okay, so Taz, on the other hand, we have the in-character guild rules. So what are those in-character guild rules?
Pretty simple. Don't shed innocent blood, whether it be someone within the guild or, a simple orc. I mean, I know it's weird coming from, a Draenei saying don't kill an orc, but sometimes a lot of our members have vengeance against what the orcs did to our people, so some of them kill it instantly. Don't shed innocent blood. It's not right. Also, do not disgrace any of the shrines of the Draenei, or any race for that matter. It is not our right to do that. That is rude. I hate to say respect the higher ranks, because we're all equal here, but as long as you know who the lore keeper is, who the exarch is, and so on and so forth, then you should be golden. We don't really have strong in character rules. It's kind of your common sense rules, really.
Okay, well that's awesome. All right, folks, so when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about that. We're going to talk about ranks in the Shator and find out where we would be placed as a new member and how we can get promoted within the guild. So we'll be right back with that. Alrighty, folks, and we are back, and we had someone else show up. So who do we have here, guys?
This is Annaleek. She is a Dark Paladin Draenei. He has been within the Order for some time now as well, and a friend of mine in the real world.
Okay, explain Dark Paladin.
You want to explain that? You are free.
Basically, what my interpretation of a Dark Paladin is that, like most paladins, they follow the light, and with the light comes justice. However, there's a different side that I feel Dark Paladins come to represent, which is the darker side of the light, because without light there cannot be shadow. So what she does is takes everything into consideration, and she deals out justice the way that she sees fit, be it having them locked up in a sort of humorous manner, or simply departing their head from their shoulders.
Okay. All right. Well, excellent. And that sounds like a very interesting roleplay concept. So wonderful. So we'll have you, Annie, get back in line here, and we are going to continue on our discussion. Now, as that has led us to ranks. And so, Taz, what are the ranks in the guild, and where would I be placed as a new member?
Well, as a new member, you would be placed as an initiate, which basically is our trial period. When you first join the guild, your first task is basically starts. You're told to, meet as many members as you can within the order, as well as sort of understand how we function, both in and out of character. They will be given all the time they need and support from other members as far as being welcomed into the Shator. Now, to go back to this trial period, it's about 2 weeks or so, give or take, when they join the guild. It all depends on where our induction ceremony is. And once they go from there, they will move up to our Oathsworn. Our Oathsworn are formally sworn into the Shator, and their real task will now begin. Myself and Talir will be keeping an eye on these members, seeing how well they work with, their fellow brothers and sisters within the guild. They pretty much are asked to just prove themselves loyal and committed to the order. They are, out of character, our advanced members. Then we will move into our Oathkeeper, which is, as it's stated, those who have been within the order for some time and have shown their commitment, loyalty, and respect. And their task will continue as far as, welcoming new members and, continuing committing and showing their loyalty. And pretty much myself and Talir Isili will give them tasks that will be challenging and both decision making. So it's kind of like still testing them in a way. Then they move up to Valiant, which is our veteran / sub-officer rank. We currently don't have anybody there right now, but they are our order's time-tested members. Whether they be Vindicator, Peacekeeper, Farseer, Craftsman, no matter what path they follow, they are welcomed into the Valiant rank. And they've shown great experience, Isili and Oosili, and their leadership skills are great. And they kind of are given special responsibilities in the matters of importance in the guild. And then we move to our Consul rank, which pretty much serves as the ambassador for connecting with other organizations and representing the Shator in negotiations and meetings with other leaders. So pretty much they're kind of like the overseers of the daily care of the guild as a whole, aka officers.
All right, and then I imagine there's just one more rank above that. Is that correct?
There's two more. You have Talir, who is the exarch, who is our military head of the order and is the overall commander on the battlefield. He directs the forces of the order in combat and is also responsible for maintaining discipline within the order and ensuring that the members are properly trained, equipped, and provided for. Then we move up to me. Now, I want to make something clear. Like I said earlier, Talir and I are both equals, so just because my rank is above him doesn't mean that I am above him, you know, if that makes sense.
Right.
Pretty much we both are the same people. So, but my IC duties are a little bit different. Pretty much, I like to say I'm the human resource / paperwork handler, IC.
Okay.
So she guides and advises the Shator, pretty much the cultural leader responsible for overseeing the headquarters of the order, the members' records, as well as preserving the faith in the community of the Draenei people.
Okay, so you're kind of the head of the guild, and he's the neck. Where he turns, you follow.
Basically, exactly.
All right. And in order to take the position from him, you have to defeat him in the Arena of Blood. Is that correct?
You could say that, yes.
All right, sir. Well, there you go. And I guess we'll see how that transpires over the next couple months, if you can maintain your position from these power-hungry Draenei behind you. And yeah, so this is great. So there are some secondary positions, are there not, Talir?
Yes, there is. So we have what's called in-character paths. There's 3 of them. Once you've hit the Oath Keeper, or the Oath Sworn rank, you have the IC privilege of picking one of these. And in these 3, there is the Quarter of War, which is everything battle related. They're the ones that we kind of revolve our combat events around. We have the Harborage, which is healing based, so they'll work pretty close with the Quarter of War. And then we have the Council of Enlightenment, which is, think of like research and development type thing, because if we know anything about the Draenei race, they're very technologically advanced. And within each, so the reason we designed them the way they are is so that way, in 6 months to a year, we don't have 50 members at a sub-officer rank. So the idea is there's sub-ranks within the path that you follow, so the more you RP with that path and the more you do for it, you progress within certain ranks of that.
Well, that's wonderful, because again, that gives you something to strive for rather than just say your PvE levels and things like that. That gives something for the members within your guild, you know, a goal to set for themselves, and that's always important, to give them something to do. You bet.
Exactly, and with the path, just to add, it's kind of like, you know, with primary ranks, you know, the in-game ranks, it's kind of like a end of the road when you reach that, like, you know, like Talir said, our Valiant, our sub-officer rank. It's everyone kind of like, what now? So that's why we created these paths, so that way people can continue progressing throughout the guild and having fun and doing different things with one another, and getting to know the members even closer.
Well, that's perfect, because that's going to lead us right into our next segment, folks, where we're going to talk about what the Shator do as far as guild events. So we'll be right back with that. Alrighty, folks, and we are back. And so, Talir, we are talking about guild events. So what guild events do the Shator participate in?
We have several different types of guild events. We have an event either once a week or once every other week for each of our paths. And they directly, so whatever happens during those events will directly connect to our main guild plotline at the moment. So if something happens during a Harborage meeting, that might have an effect on our weekly guild storyline event. And then we also do combat events that will directly relate to that as well. And our current structure is we're doing anywhere between 2 to 4 events a week.
Oh, that's fantastic because, again, a guild that is, really active is important because why be in a guild if it's not doing anything? Isn't that right?
Exactly. And I should also mention that most of our events are role-based. So if they're combat, they're going to be a D&D based role. Other events are going to be more decision-based. So I will put out a singular plot line and then allow the people participating to kind of spider that off and to see what they come up with as a group.
All right. And so, Taz, is there anything else that you guys do?
Yes. So, as I mentioned before, with me dealing with the paperwork, human resource type stuff. So, with the events, I deal with community developing / cultural type. So, for example, Tasnia hosts an in-character discussion on things surrounding the Draenei Society, which is called Sooner Komai. So the discussion topics would be anything revolving around religion and beliefs, social norms, anything like that that would stir up a debate. And you can actually find that on the Wormrest Accord forums. And I'm also currently working on which the attendees that attended the Sooner Komai last night brought up. They wanted to do something festive, kind of get the Draenei community growing and boost it up. And so I'm currently working on a festival get-together, monthly type event.
Oh,
and we
great.
also, yes, because I mean, you got to look at it. The Draenei over here aren't very big and popular. Obviously, when WoD hit, we were super popular, and now it's sort of everyone going back to where they wanted their mains and stuff. So I want to kind of bring that up. Say, we're not dead, come back, so on and so forth. I'd also like to mention, as a Draenei guild, we do the headcanon that's been going on for years, which I believe originated on Moonguard, the Jedin event tournament, which is a full combat sport for our brother Draenei, to compete in a trial of strength. So, but I also have discovered something from Tumblr. The Anatal, which is a version of Jedin, but with females. So we're trying to get that coordinated too, because I know that some of our female role players feel left out when just the guys get to, fight and stuff. So we definitely do events like that, just to kind of, instead of going kill this, kill that.
All right, now guys, do you have like a monthly or weekly guild meeting at all?
Yes, we do. We have a kind of a every other week type induction ceremony / guild meeting, and induction ceremony is actually where our initiates will take their oath into the order to become the oath sworn. It's a pretty personal event. We try to make it as special as it can be for our members, and also that's where we talk about our paths and what's going on ICLE and OOCLE. So we try to do that at least every other week, if not every week, depending on what's going on.
Well, that is great. And so, folks, that's going to lead us right into our next segment, and that is the current storyline for the Shator. And so we'll be right back to hear all about that. Alrighty, folks, and we are back. And so, Talir, what is the current storyline for the Shator? What is going on with you folks?
Currently, the Order is involved with getting rid of some rather nasty Sargerai cultists within the Shadowmoon Valley. With that, we're also kind of utilizing our paths to come up with things that tie into it, like our Council of Enlightenment had come up with an idea of a relic, a chest, a treasure chest pretty much, that whatever you put into it could not be magically scryed. So with that, it kind of spans off into, okay, why did they need this? What was in it at one point? So we have our main storyline, which is right now is the Sargerai, and then we've got these little offshoots based on what's happened during our guild-sanctioned events.
All right, that sounds great and really, really fascinating. You know, utilizing, again, headcanon and stuff that's going on in the game is always something that I really enjoy because it really brings out the creative side to roleplay and allows us to do a lot more than when the PvE is done. You know, allows us to do more and kind of go outside the box, as it were. So that's a great, great, and very interesting sounding storyline. I can't wait to hear how you guys end that.
Oh, we'll definitely keep you apprised.
Excellent. So, folks, when we come back, we are going to get to the individual interviews and find out why these folks enjoy being in the Shator. So we'll be right back with that. Alrighty, folks, we are at my favorite part of the interview, and that's where we talk to individual members about why they're in the guild they are. Because, again, there are hundreds of guilds they could have been in, but they've chosen this one. And so first up tonight, we have Annaleek, or nicknamed Annie, is initiate of the Shator, is a level 100 Dark Paladin Drawn-Eye Death Knight, and is currently roaming. And so, Annie, what do you enjoy about being in the Shator?
Well, what I really like about this guild is that while I haven't participated yet in the role-playing portion, because I just haven't really felt like getting around to it yet, which I will be doing rather soon, hopefully, but it's the fact that they aren't that strict about having to join the events. Like, it doesn't put your guild life on the line, so to speak. Like, you can not go to it and not risk getting kicked out or losing a position, and everybody that I've actually talked to so far is just really nice. I mean, like, the other day I was learning about the jukebox inside of the garrison, and one of the other members told me that there was this one song that I am just in utter love with, Lament of the Highborn, if you were curious. And we went on a journey into Undercity, into Sylvanas' lair, to steal it from her bloody undead clutches. And it was just beautiful.
Well, that's wonderful. Yeah, it's always nice to have a guild where they're willing to help you out. And again, they're not forcing you to do anything. It's more of a relaxed atmosphere. And you're more likely to come back and enjoy the game that you're playing rather than being forced to. Isn't that right?
Yeah, definitely, by far.
All right. Well, excellent answer. Thank you very much, sir.
And
Alrighty, folks. Up next, we have Dim. The Oathkeeper of the Shator is a level 100 Drawn-Eye Paladin. Again, is still a little hurt battling that shadow. Was it a Shadow Mage?
Shadow Priest.
Shadow Priest. Battling the Shadow Priest. And but she is here, and she's going to tell us why she enjoys being in the Shator. Go ahead, ma'am.
So basically, the Shator is home to me. It's always been an excellent place to unwind and chill out at the end of the day. No matter whether I want to run dungeons or RP, or maybe just sit and guild chat, the Shator is just basically where I go to relax. When I first joined, I was nervous that I wouldn't fit into a pre-existing clique. Like, I've been part of many guilds in the past, and there's always those cliques of the senior members. And while you're a part of the guild and you've joined it, you never really feel completely a part of it because of those cliques. But it was different in the guild. I never felt rejected or left out. I always fit in no matter who I was talking to. There are always people to talk to and do things with, whether it's leveling or random RP. It's just pretty much a wonderful place to call your online home.
Oh, that's great. Again, finding a guild where it feels like exactly like you mentioned, a second home is a wonderful thing, because you can come after a hard day's work or schoolwork or whatever you've gone through and just relax and enjoy the game. That really says a lot about a guild. So excellent, excellent answer, ma'am. Alrighty, folks. Up next we have Artificer Christoril. He is an Oathsworn of the Shator. He's a level 100 Draenei Paladin. He's currently tinkering, and he unfortunately doesn't have a mic, but he has given his answer to Taz nonetheless. So Taz, what does he have to say?
Kistrel says, I love the Draenei. I've been one since my first day in the World of Warcraft. So when I decided to give RP a try, I wanted to flesh out the character I've grown attached to for years. I particularly enjoy the Shator because not only is their RP fun and immersive, but it's extremely welcoming. But mostly it's a fun adventure. RPing the Draenei and their lore is like voyaging on the unknown frontier, and that's exciting to me.
Well, that's a wonderful answer too, because when you're able to play a race that you enjoy, that makes a world of difference in your role play. And so that is a great answer. Thank you very much. Alrighty folks, up next is Alyssa, the Oathsworn of the Shator, and she has brought a little friend with her. And who is Melly?
Mela is Alyssa's puppy. There was a little bit of a story how she acquired her, in that Alyssa's foster mother found a pregnant frost wolf and brought it back for Alyssa to care for, and it produced one puppy that Alyssa is rather attached to.
Oh, wonderful. Alrighty, ma'am. So what do you enjoy about being in this fun guild, the Shator?
I really enjoy the creative side of RP, the story, coming up with something, and engaging with others. So when I was looking for a guild, I spent quite a bit of time looking on the forums, checking out guilds that were active and ones that seemed to meet the list of requirements I had. And then eventually contacted Tysnia and sort of checked out whether I would be able to apply, and I did, and I've been enjoying myself thoroughly in the guild since then.
All right, well, it's excellent, and it's always important to know what you want when you're joining a guild, and I think that you did well in having a checklist, and this guild met that, because in the end you're going to end up being happier with your choice and not guild hopping, as it were. So that is an excellent answer, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Alrighty folks, up next is Akonon, the Peacekeeper, is also known as Ak, or the Goliath. He's an initiate of the Shator. He's a level 100 Draenei warrior and currently on duty. And sir, what do you enjoy about being in the Shator?
Well, being relatively new, I was looking for a Draenei guild so I could, just learn more about like the lore and how the way Draenei act and such, because normally I RP as an orc, so I really wanted just to delve into the world of the Draenei and basically, just learn more about them and just have fun with it.
Right, you've certainly come in at the right time with this new expansion and all this new Draenei lore and stuff coming out. How much have you gathered? I guess the question should be, what have you learned about the Draenei that you didn't know before?
Well, for one thing, I was really surprised of how long they lived. I started Warcraft and Warcraft 3, so I was really not aware of anything before that. So, I started reading the books and such, and what really surprised me is how old they lived to, and I was like, holy crap, they lived to like 40,000 years old? Jesus Christ. And another thing that just surprised me is I actually didn't know they had hooves at first. I honestly had no idea they had hooves.
Okay, well there you go, folks. Draenei do have hooves. So, excellent answer, sir. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right, folks. Up next is Farseer Nahari. He is, again, the half-orc in the guild. He's Oathsworn of the Shator. He is a level 100 Draenei shaman. And so, sir, what do you enjoy about being in the Shator?
Well, the first off, from the jumping on the campaign when I did, just the fluidity they have with their roleplay, that like there is no set in stone story, in that everyone adds something to it, and it's constantly changing. And it's just like, I'm in all these guilds that have set stories, and even for some of the guilds I'm in, I write stories that have set basis, but this is just constantly changing, and that's just something I haven't seen with many guilds in this game before.
All right, that is an excellent, excellent answer, sir. Thank you very much. All right, folks, up next is Izarith, Mender, Blade Dancer, Mistweaver, Initiate of the Shator, is a level 100 Draenei monk. Currently seems calm, smiling warmly, and followed by a young Hydra. Who is your Hydra?
The Hydra is actually a sort of tie between Izarith and another character of mine. Nitara is actually one of the first from my hunter's Hydra, Kagura.
Okay. Well, awesome. And I always love these little guys. They're a great little pet to have around. And so, sir, what do you enjoy about being in the Shator?
Well, out of all the guilds that I've ever been in since about Burning Crusade, the Shator is one of the most welcoming. It's not some sort of crazy introduction thing. There's not any massive cliques in there that you have to practically sell your soul to get into. The guild is overall very friendly, just fun to be around. There's a lot of great people no matter what time it is. Like, I've been around at almost 5 a.m. my time, and I've been able to find somebody to hang around with or RP with.
Well, that's great. Yeah, again, when the guild is active, it's important because, again, why be in a guild if there is nobody else in it or nobody active in it? So that is a great, great answer, sir. Thank you very much. Alrighty, folks, up next is the Explosives Extraordinaire with the explosive ammo and the very mean wolf, Grovepaw. It is Nuanta. The booming arrow, or scout, is Oathsworn of the Shator and is a level 97 Draenei hunter. Currently wearing some new armor. How long did it take you to get, ma'am?
Well, I see she made it herself. So it took her about a year to finish making it. Took me about a year to finish getting all the pieces.
Oh, wonderful. Well, it looks great. And how long have you had a Grovepaw?
Grovepaw has been with my toon about 3 years of her RP life. I've switched models through each expansion. He was the normal wolf. Came out with the wargs, turned him into a warg, and I fell in love with this model because it's absolutely gorgeous.
Right now, is this the doe-eye? Is this his pup?
It is his pup, one of his pups.
Oh, great. Now, ma'am, what do you enjoy about being in the Shator?
Honestly, so far what I've enjoyed most is just the commodity. They've been so welcoming, so open to different ideas. Alessa is actually the one who convinced me to come in. I'd been with another guild that had gone dead for a while, and the RP just went a little flat. So, stuck around watching them for a while on various tunes that they don't know about yet. And finally they brought her around and brought her in, and it's just been a welcoming, fun environment. Always something new going on, people willing to just hang out, RP, go run a raid or instance. It's just a very good community.
Oh, well, great. That is a wonderful answer. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you.
Alrighty, folks. Up next is Mother Talissa. She's a priestess, nicknamed Mother or Angel. Now, I love what I have on here as well. What? And I love that. Initiate of the Shator is a level 97 Draenei priest and currently is shy. And so her character is very shy, ma'am?
Yes. She tends to be shy more than she needs to, but it's just how her character is. She can be talkative over time, but she's got to get used to it.
Okay. And you have a little Naru pet here, is that correct?
I sure do, and his name is Cute. I picked him up just as a pet. I was given an achievement, and it was really thankful to one of the guildies, in fact.
Oh, great. Now, ma'am, what do you enjoy about being in the Shator?
Well, since I'm fairly new, so far what I enjoy about it is just the togetherness. It feels like a family. The fact that I have been actually searching for a family-like atmosphere, it kind of helps broaden out just what this type of guild really is. It's not like something you would expect to be over the top. And so far I've actually quite enjoyed it. Yes, they also do like events and stuff, but what I think about that is they don't just do events like all willy-nilly. It's all different. And about the events is like they bring it all together and they do it as a family. And that's exactly what I've been looking for into a guild, with people to be around. Personally, it's just like, I want to build in an experience that I have not otherwise with other guilds that I've been in. And I have tried to many other times. So for me being new, it's kind of off-putting because I'm just not, like, adaptive yet. But I'm getting there.
Well, excellent. Yeah, again, you want your guild to be that second home for you and a place where you're comfortable and you're enjoying the environment that's in it. And so I think you have done well here, and I think you will continue to grow and be incorporated and included in all the fun here. And so excellent answer, ma'am. Thank you very much.
No, thank you.
Alrighty, folks, up next is Alicia. She's an initiate of the Shator, is a level 100 Vindicator Paladin, and currently always on the lookout for defending as many as she can, which is a wonderful sentiment. But she also doesn't have a mic, and so Taz, what does she have to say?
Alicia says, although I'm rather new, I am really enjoying being part of the guild. The people are friendly, everyone seems nice, and so far, all the events I've attended are fun and exciting, and I can't wait to be part of more. I can see myself with this guild for a very long time.
All right, that's a great answer. Thank you very much, Alicia. All right, folks, up last, but certainly not least, is Talir. He, again, is the guild leader of the Exarch of the Shator. He's the Hammer of Keranos, the Vindicator. He's a level 100 Draenei Paladin. And so, sir, what do you enjoy about leading this guild?
First and foremost, it's the members. These guys are fantastic. They allow me to come in and, tell my stories, run the events that I've always wanted to run, and, they participate, which is fantastic, which is more than I could ask for most RPers. And they have input, which is I love. If I bring an idea to the table and say, hey guys, this is what I want to do, I'll get, whispers from 7 or 8 different members saying, hey, what if we added this, or what if we tried this? And it turns into one big cohesive group, and that's the best thing I can say about this guild.
Well, that's wonderful. Yeah, there's a lot to be said for a guild that cooperates with one another, and really it starts with you guys, the guild leaders, and that's really what makes a guild successful or not. It's by the leaders and sharing their vision of what they want to see for the guild and being able to incorporate that with the members and having them all kind of rowing in the same direction really starts with you guys. And again, I think you're doing a great job here, Talir, and you can tell by how much everybody enjoys being in this guild. So good job to you, sir.
Thank you.
Alrighty, folks. Up next, you've all been waiting for. It's the lore keeper, Taz. She's a leader of Shator. She is the Tide Herald of the Earthen Ring. She's a level 100 Draw Knife Shaman. Now, ma'am, your question again is a little different in that, what do you enjoy about helping to lead this guild?
Well, Turwinkle, as Talir stated in his answer, it's our members. The community and the atmosphere in both roleplay and guild chat is just amazing with these members. Without all of you guys, you know, we wouldn't be where we are today. I mean, come on, we've got an interview with Turwinkle. Pretty much, they're the reason why I log in every single day, even when, you know, of course, you know, work goes crazy on me, but they make me relax and give me great laughs every single day. I couldn't ask for better guild members. They truly are my second family. And I thank you guys so much for being here tonight.
Well, that's an excellent answer, ma'am. And again, without great guild leaders like you, you can't have great guilds. And so, excellent job, ma'am.
No, don't thank me. Thank our members. Thank you.
Well, again, a good guild leader is always a humble guild leader, or a modest one. And so, no, thank you, ma'am. Alrighty, folks, and we are back. And so, Talir, did we miss anything during the interview that you would like people to know about the Shator?
I think we definitely hit our high points and, you know, got all the information about our guild that we went out there. But I would like to say, you know, if you're a Draenei RPer, whether you're new or experienced, or if you're just looking to server transfer or start a new Draenei, you know, the Shator's doors are more than welcome, are open for everybody and more than welcoming to anybody, whether you're new or you've been RPing since vanilla. You know, we're here, we're friendly. Come on, stop by.
Alrighty, folks, so let me just parrot that as well. If you have a Draenei that you don't have a guild for, and you're looking for a fun roleplay guild, these guys are great. I've had a lot of fun with these guys tonight, and they really know their stuff as far as Draenei lore is concerned, and they are really solid with their roleplay concepts, and they are very active as a guild. And so come and join them, have some fun, and they really are a good time. And so again, I just want to mimic everything that Talir just said. They're very welcoming, and so come and check them out. And so, Xan, when we come back, we're going to say goodbye to this wonderful guild, the Shator. So we'll be right back with that. Alrighty, folks, and we are back. And so, Turwinkle and I would like to give this wonderful guild a great thank you for not only your patience, but your kindness in answering all of our pestering questions tonight. These guys have been a lot of fun. And again, as we have said earlier, do come and join them if you are looking for a guild. They, again, are wonderful and really a solid roleplay guild. And so with that, again, we want to just say thank you, folks.
And thank you, Turwinkle, for having us.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, wonderful. Alrighty, folks. Well, we made it safe and sound back to Light Hope's Chapel, and boy, Turwinkle, that was a lot of fun, wasn't it?
Indubitably.
You bet. So let's give the Shator a wonderful thank you, sir.
I am in your debt.
We certainly are. And so, folks, if you like this episode, click that like button. If you'd like to comment on this episode or on any of our other episodes, please do so below. Let us know what you liked and let us know what you didn't. And finally, if you'd like to subscribe, well, we would love to have you, so hit that subscription button today. All right, Turwinkle. Well, excellent job, sir. And Turwinkle, we will see you next time.
I'll miss you.
We'll miss you too, Turwinkle. Bye-bye.